All right, guys, this is our review of week 3 of Beginning Bridge, the next steps. And as I mentioned in class on Wednesday, the syllabus that we gave you guys at the beginning of class was apparently incredibly ambitious. We have not done this exact class before. We used to provide classes before the limited games, and we didn't really need this kind of class very much. But now we don't do that as much. There's a class before the 0 to 500 game on Thursday, but well, and also before the 0 to 20 class now or game now. So there's a little bit more of this, but anyway, this was a way to kind of introduce you to many of the things that you need to know beyond your beginning bridge, just what you learn in beginning bridge. And obviously 4 weeks, 8 hours was not enough to do everything that's on the list. So we're shortening the list. I'm still prioritizing it so that you'll get the most important things, in my opinion, that you need to have. And some of the things that you're not going to get or don't come up that much, or not everybody uses them. So you really won't miss that very much. And we will have another class in the fall where we will do this again, plus some other things. And you guys will get an evaluation at the end of this class, and you can really help us by identifying what the things were the best for you, what things were not that useful for you, and what you wished we had covered that we didn't cover. So anyway, you'll get a chance to help shape the one in the fall. But to help make up for that, next Friday, instead of Sunday, next Friday will be our final review class. So I'm out of town on Sunday and we can't do it then, but we'll do it on Friday, and we're going to extend that. It will be from 10 a.m. till noon, and there'll be at least a overview of some of the topics that were listed on the syllabus that we missed, in addition to reviewing what we actually cover in class on Wednesday. So just wanted to make sure everybody knew about that.
Sally, did you say that Friday class would be a Zoom
It's a
class as
Zoom.
well?
It's a
Zoom
Zoom.
only?
Zoom only. Zoom
Okay.
only. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it will be recorded and shared with everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's then start with our review that we worked on last week of competitive bidding. We talked the week before that about overcalls. And remember, competitive bidding doesn't mean like competing for first or second place. Competitive bidding in this sense means that someone else has bid in the auction. The opponents have made a bid. And so now for you to get into the auction, that's what's called a competitive auction. You guys are competing for the bid. And in order to get into a competitive auction where the opponents have bid first, you have two ways you can do it besides preemptive bid, which is the same as a regular preemptive bid. But to get into the bidding after someone else's bid, you either have to do an overcall or a takeout double. An overcall is just where they bid a suit, you bid another suit. That's an overcall. And to overcall, for you to bid your own suit, you need to have at least 8, but not more than 16 points, and a good 5-card suit. So whereas in real life, you might have opened a hand with 1 diamond with just 4 diamonds. Well, as an overcall, you cannot bid that hand and bid a diamond like a club, a diamond, unless you have at least 5 diamonds. So the rules change if the opponents have bid. So that's the first thing, 8 to 16 points and a good 5-card suit. If you do not have support for your partner's suit as the responder, if you don't have support for your partner's suit, then you just bid as regular. So if the opponent's opened a diamond and your partner says a heart and the next person passes, then you can just bid whatever you want to bid. You could bid a spade, you could raise their hearts, you could do a lot of things, but you just bid as regular. But if you have support for your partner's suit, the rules change. If you have a weak hand in support of your partner's overcall with 7 to 9 or 6 to 9, it should really say 6 to 9, which is the minimum required for support, you will raise your partner's suit and you'll raise it using the law of total tricks. The law of total tricks tells us that we're safe to bid to the level we have trump between us. So if my partner has shown 5 in a suit and I have 3 in a suit, we should be safe to bid to the 2 level. 5 and 3 is 8. That's the 2 level. So if it goes 1 diamond, 1 heart by them, I could bid 2 hearts with 3. I would bid 3 hearts with 4, because then we'd have 9 between us. Or I'll just jump to game if we have 5. Now that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to make it, but it does mean that we should not go down so much that would not make it to our advantage to bid that high. The law of total tricks says that we can bid up to the level we have trump between us. This is also useful because if my partner, for instance, had overcalled with 6, and I show him that I have 3 by bidding 2, in other words, it's gone a diamond, a heart, pass, 2 hearts by me. I've promised 3 hearts and 6 to 9 points. Well, if the other people come back in the bid, like with 3 diamonds, my partner may decide to bid 3 hearts because he has 6 hearts and he knows I have 3. So 6 and 3 is 9. We should be safe to bid to the 3 level. So you can use this both ways. I use it, first of all, to tell him the number of tricks I have or cards I have in the suit, but he can also use it to determine if he should keep competing or drop out of the auction. So it helps both ways. Anyway, that's the law of total tricks. And that, again, is with a minimum hand and support. So anytime you raise your partner as an overcall, it is a weak hand. If you raise your partner not in an overcall, like 1 spade, 3 spades, that's a limit raise, 10 to 12 points. That's stronger. But that's not true in an overcall. In an overcall, any direct raise to the 2, 3, or 4 level is a weak, just showing the number of cards in the suit. If you've got 10 or more points and support for partner, remember both of these special rules are with support for partner, you Q bid the opponent's suit. So that would be like 1 diamond, 1 heart, pass, 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds by me says, partner, I've got at least 10 points and support for your hearts. And the reason we do that is because it kind of cuts the opponents out of the bidding. If the original bidder wants to bid his diamonds again, he's got to go to the 3 level to do it. So it's part of the competitive auction rules are designed to describe your hand to your partner, but also cut the opponents out of the bidding. So that's the rules for overcalls, which we had discussed the week before. But now let's look at takeout doubles, because that's what we focused on last week. So a takeout double is a bid that's not for penalty, because doubles can be penalty bids. But in general, if you were the first time for you to bid, or you're bidding at a low level, it is not for penalty. It's for takeout. It wants your partner to bid something. The requirements that you have to have for a takeout double are you need to have at least 3 cards in the unbid suits, and you have to have at least an opening bid. And you can value your hand using dummy points because your partner's going to name the suit. That's what this double says. 1 diamond double says, partner, you tell me the suit. So because of that, because partner's going to be the declarer and we're going to be the dummy, We can value our hands for purposes of deciding whether we have an opening bid by using dummy points, shortness points, 5 for a void, 3 for a singleton, 1 for a doubleton. The other time we use this takeout double is if we have like 17 or 18 points plus, that is, it was too strong just to make a regular overcall. Remember, on overcalls, we said it's between like 8 and 16 points. So if I've got more than that, I can't overcall. I double first, then I bid my suit. So that's how we know it's a takeout double. We won't know it first. Our partner will make the normal response to the takeout double. But then after that response, if we bid any new suit, that is a takeout double, a big double. It promises at least 17 or 18 points and a good suit.
Sally,
Yes.
when you do the big double, do you count dummy points, or is it just your own high card points?
It's just your own high card points, because in this case, we are going to name the suit. We just
Okay.
don't do it right off.
Okay.
So it's only if you have the actual takeout double that you'd use the dummy points. Okay. So once your partner has made the double, it's gone 1 diamond, double, pass. Now we have to respond or advance the takeout double. And the important thing about this is we cannot pass ever, period, no matter what. You cannot pass a takeout double. Because one thing, it might not be a takeout double, it might be a big double, that's one thing. But the second thing is, even if we have a lot of cards in the doubled suit, like 1 diamond, double, pass, and we've got a lot of diamonds, we still don't want to let them try to make 1 diamond doubled. Because unless we have a giant hand, they might very well make 1 diamond doubled, even if we have a lot of diamonds. And number 2, if we really do have enough points that they can't make 1 diamond doubled, if we've got that many points and our partner has an opening hand, we're probably missing a game ourselves in something, not diamonds. But so we are always going to want to bid. So what we do is, if we have 0 to 8 points, with 0 to 8 points, we've got to bid, even if it's 0. We're going to bid our best suit or a 4-card major. We're going to give preference to a 4-card major. So if we have a 4-card major, we'll bid it, or the longest suit. So if we have 5 diamonds and 4 hearts, we'll bid the hearts. If we have 5 hearts and 4 diamonds, we'll bid the hearts. If we have 5 diamonds and 3 hearts, we'll bid the diamonds. So bid a 4-card major if you have it. Now, if the opponents come in with a bid, that takes you off the hook. So if it goes 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade over here, now you are no longer required to bid. You can pass because it's no longer 1 diamond doubled. Now there's another bid. Now you can pass. But if you have 6 to 8 points, you will bid anyway. That promises 6 to 8 points. So that's a good way to exactly describe your hand to your partner. So 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade. If I have 4 hearts and 6 to 8 points, I'm going to bid 2 hearts. If I have a little bit more in points, about 10 points, that is 9 to 11, I'm going to jump in my suit, either the 4-card major or the longest suit. So we'll jump. So it'd be like 1 diamond, double, pass, 2 hearts. I jumped. I could have bid 1 heart, bid 2 hearts. That promises 10 points. If I have 10 points and my partner has at least an opening hand, we are very close to game, right? That's why we do this. So we can tell partner right away, just from my perspective, this is our hand, we're close to game. With 12 or more points, and remember, partner, when they doubled, they were an opening hand. with 12 or more points, we know we belong in game. I know we belong in game. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to game in a suit where I know we belong in game. So if I have a good 4-card major suit, or for sure, if I have a 5 or 6 card major suit, I'm going to jump to game in that suit. But if I'm not sure where we belong in game, because maybe I have 4 hearts and 4 spades, and we could belong in either place. I don't know. I don't want to bid one, and then I can't bid the other one, because my partner can't bid a new suit. So when that's the case, I can Q bid the opponent's suit. It would go one diamond, double by my partner, pass, 2 diamonds by me. That 2 diamonds means, partner, I've got an opening hand. I don't know what to bid. You tell me your longest suit. Now, your partner, by definition, shouldn't really have a long suit. But if they've got a 3 or 4 card, if they've got a 4-card major suit, they're for sure going to show that. Okay, so this is just a way, mostly you're going to jump to game in your suit. That's mostly what happens when you have an opening hand and partner has doubled. But sometimes, like I said, particularly if you're 4-4 in the majors and you're not sure, how do you know which to choose? Then you can Q bid, and the Q bid throws it back on your partner. And it says, partner, I don't know. I can't decide. You decide. You tell me what's your best suit. And then we'll decide what to do. Now, for both of these bids, the overcall and the Q bid and the takeout double, for both of these, you can bid no trump. And for both of these, 1 no trump means 8 to 10 points and a stopper in the opponent's suit. 2 no trump is 11 to 12 high card points and a stopper in the opponent's suit. And 3 no trump is 13 or more with a stopper in the opponent's suit. All of these, your hands would be pretty balanced with a stopper in the opponent's suit. And you guys probably know that I actually play these like 7 to 9, 10 to 12, and 13 plus. So if you're a point or 2 off, it's okay.
Sally.
Yeah.
Can I back up just a second?
Sure.
When you talked about the Q bid, when we first learned about the Q bid, it was to have 10 points. But in this particular case, we have to have 12 points.
We have to have, yes, because the other one is over an overcall. That's the
Okay.
10-point one. If you're doing it over a takeout double, it promises an opening hand. So it's a little bit stronger if you
Okay. Okay.
over the takeout double. Okay, then rebids by the takeout doubler. Okay. If the advancer has made a minimum bid, okay, so we just bid, it went 1 diamond, double, pass, 1 heart. How many points do I have?
6 to 9.
1 diamond, double, pass, 1 heart.
Oh, yeah. 0 to 8.
0 to 8. I
Yeah.
could have
No
9.
points.
9.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the takeout doubler has a minimum hand that is 12 to 15 points, they just pass. Don't bid again. Don't say, oh, I like hearts. I've got hearts. You already said you had hearts when you doubled. You already said you could support hearts. So don't bid again with a minimum hand, because you could have, if you have like 14 points, that could be all the points you have. And the opponents have 26 points. So don't bid again. If you have more, a medium hand. So you think you might be a little better, you can raise. So that might be like 1 diamond, double, pass, 1 heart, pass, 2 hearts. I still could have 0 points. But at least you've got more. And if I have 8 points and you have like 17, we might have a game. So if you have a maximum point, you can jump raise. Like if you did not really have a big double, but you just have a lot of points, you can go ahead and jump raise with a very big hand. If you bid any new suit, that is a big double. So 1 diamond, double, pass, 1 heart, pass, 1 spade. That's the big double. If the doubler bids a new suit ever after making you bid, that's the big double. Promises 17 or 18 plus points in a good spade suit. Too many to have overcalled originally. Now, this just says if the advancer made a minimum bid, this is what you do. If the advancer made more of a bid, like they jumped in their suit or they Q bid, well, then you decide to do based on what's in your hand. You know, if your partner tells you they have 10 points by jumping 1 diamond, double, pass, 2 hearts, I've got 10 points. Well, then I can decide what to bid as the original takeout doubler pretty easily. If I just had 13 points, I'm just going to pass. If I have 15, 14 or 15 points, I probably bid 3 hearts just to see, or I might just bid 4 hearts. Because if I know my partner has 10 points in hearts, I can decide with my hand where to bid. And then, of course, if they Q bid, I'm going to show my best major suit. Okay, questions on takeout doubles. This is all basic bridge, and you guys should all have been playing this all along, right? So this is nothing new, right? Everybody's cool with this.
Right.
No, right, okay. All right, let's go on then to opening in different positions. When you are in beginning bridge,
I'm missing that one.
we just say, well, you need 13 points, 12 or 13 points to open. Those are the general rules for opening bids. And you count your high card points plus your length, okay? And that's all we taught you, so you know that. There are a couple of other ways, though, that you can value your hand and decide whether to bid. And the most common one is the rule of 20. The rule of 20 says, count your high card points and the cards you have in the 2 longest suits that you have. If that equals 20, you can open. So if you have 11 high card points and you've got 5 hearts and 4 spades, that's 20 points using this rule of 20. And that means you can open. And if you've got 5 hearts and 4 spades, you'll open hearts, 1 heart. Before, when you just learned as a beginning bridge player to open with 12 or 13 points, you wouldn't have opened an 11-point hand usually. But using this rule of 20, it's perfectly fine to do that. Many people use the rule of 20. So you should know the rule of 20. Because a lot of people use that. It's very valuable. It's very useful. That way you don't have to wait until you have 13 points to open. You can open many times with 11, even 10 points if you have 2 long suits. They don't even have to be that long, really. You know, usually a 5 and a 4 card suit. If you have 2 6-card suits, you can nearly always figure out a way to open. Some people also use loser counts of 7 or less, and we're not going to discuss loser count in this class, but that is another tool that you can use. So now these rules are true no matter where you are. So either if you have 12, 13 points or more, or you have the rule of 20, you can open at any position, first, second, third, or fourth, any position. Those rules apply. Nothing changes. However, we do have some new rules if partner is a passed hand. That means if the first person passes and the second person passes, your partner has passed. If you're in third position, your partner has passed. If you're trying to decide whether to open the bidding, the partner has to have passed. If it goes pass, 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 and I'm in fourth position, I really have a decision to make because not only has my partner passed, the other two opponents have passed. And so the rules change. When your partner is a passed hand, you can open with fewer points. And the reason we do that is, first of all, to protect our partner, because they may have nearly 13 points. They couldn't just exactly bid. So we could have more points than the opponents, than partner could have a pretty good hand, but just couldn't open it. So we want to bid something if we can. Also, just because partner passed, doesn't mean we don't have a partner score somewhere. So we want to bid if we can. And then the final reason you would do it is to suggest a lead. Just kind of like the reasons we overcall, it's the same sort of thing. You want to get in the bidding when you can, particularly if you're playing duplicate bridge. If you're playing party bridge, it's, sometimes you don't always push to open that much just because it's considered aggressive. I mean, I play party bridge, so I know these things. But if you're playing duplicate bridge, you really want to get into the bidding if you can. So the rules are a little bit different, but depending on when you're in third or fourth position. So if you're in third position, that is pass, pass, my turn to bid, third position, you can open with 10 points and a good 5-card suit. So no longer do you have to have 13 points to open, just 10 points and a good 5-card suit. You can open one of a major with 4 really good cards, and I'm talking about the ace, king, queen, jack, maybe the king, queen, jack, 10, but really good 4 good cards. Otherwise, partner is going to assume that you have 5 cards. So you should have 5 cards if you open in third position. You can also open preemptively in third position. As a matter of fact, we kind of encourage this because if the first 2 people have not bid and you don't have an opening hand because you don't have many points, but you've got a long suit, the last person to bid could have a really big hand. You want to make it hard for them to get into the bidding. So in third position, you can open a weak 2 bid, which is the 2 hearts, 2 spades, 2 diamonds, 6 cards, and less than an opening hand. And it's supposed to be a good 6 cards. You can open that even if your suit is not good enough. Usually we say 2 of the top 3 or 3 of the top 5. Well, if you're opening with 6 cards in third position, you might not have that good of a suit. If you're opening in first or second position, it needs to be 2 of the top 3, 3 of the top 5, needs to be a seriously good suit. But if you're opening in third position after your partner has passed, I don't care what you've got because the purpose of the bid is keep the opponents out of the bidding.
Sally, that's a bitch bid.
I don't know if I could call it that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just to keep the opponents out of the bidding, particularly if the opponents are vulnerable and you're not, you can bid with any crazy thing. Just get in there because that's going to be very dangerous for them to try to bid. So that's in third position. So in third position, you want to have a good 5-card suit, but you only need to have 10 points. Partner needs to remember that if you're in third position, you may only have 10 points, so don't go crazy. So in responding, if partner has opened in third position and you are responding to partner, you were a passed hand, you'll just make your usual responses in general, okay, whatever you would normally bid. But you need to remember that a new suit is not forcing. So if you bid a new suit, partner may pass. Ordinarily, if partner opens, the responder, a new suit by responder is always forcing. You know, we've told you that, but not when that person was originally a passed hand. So a new suit is not forcing by the responder of a person who opened in third position, so that your partner could pass that bid. And then we talked just in general about, and we aren't going to study it here, but there is a bid called reverse Drury or Drury. Either it's depending on the responses, which it's called. It is just a bid. It's an artificial bid of two clubs that would go like pass, pass, one heart, pass, two clubs. Two clubs in that position is an artificial bid that just says, partner, were you serious? Was that an actual opening hand or was that a 10-point opening hand? And then their responses to it. Don't worry about that. A lot of people don't play that because it's hard to remember. You have to remember that if you have passed originally and your partner bids, a two club bid is a conventional bid. So anyway, so that's the story on that. But don't worry about that. A lot of people play it. You may hear about it, but you can live without it.
Sally,
Yes.
when you open a week two, that's considered a preempt, or is it just
That's correct.
considered?
That's
Oh,
preempt.
So
Yes.
as a responder, do you use the rule of 17 after a week two?
Well, what is the rule of 17?
Is the number of high card points plus the number of trumps if it equals 17.
Yeah, that's a pretty good rule. I don't know that rule. Basically, if I have about 15 or 16 points, I will raise to game.
Okay.
In my brain, I just have a preempt is 10 points. I know it's not, but I just use that as, and if I have enough points to go with that, then yes. But the rule of 17 sounds like a good rule because it's basically saying the same thing. I need to have extra points or extra length in the trump suit to bid a game. Otherwise, you just pass.
Okay.
In fourth position, now that's third position. Third position, we can open with 10 points. Okay. And a good suit. Fourth position is a little bit different because fourth position, you need to decide. I mean, it could go pass, 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 pass. Auction's done, you know. So if I pass, I know I'm not going to do worse than 0, right? I'm not going to lose any points. So, you know, that's a reason sometimes to pass because you think, how much trouble am I going to get into if I bid here? So there's ways that can help you with this. The first thing is, if you're in fourth position, do not preempt. So if I have a hand that I would have opened 3 spades with in first, second, or third position, I'm not going to open 3 spades in fourth position because the reason that we preempt is to cut the opponents out of the bid and make it difficult for them to bid. These opponents already aren't bidding. So I'm just making it difficult for my partner to decide where to go if I preempt in fourth position. Fourth position. Third position, we preempt like crazy. Fourth position, we do not preempt. So if I have that hand that I would have preempted with in any other position, and it's gone pass, 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 in fourth position, I'll bid 1 of that suit. So that 3 spade bid, I will bid 1 spade. I'm just going to start at the 1 level. So that's one thing about being in fourth position, where you're nearly the pass out seat. The second thing is the rule of 15, which is also called Pearson points, because the guy that made it up was named Mr. Pearson. the rule of 15 says in fourth position, you take your high card points plus the number of spades that you have. And if this is 15 equals 15, then you open one of your best suit. It may not be spades. So if you have like 11 points and 4 spades, you can open in fourth position. Because that would be equal 15. The 11 plus the 4 spades would equal 15. So then you can open, and you would open whatever suit you would open. If you have 5 hearts, you would open a heart. If you have, clubs or diamonds, you would open the longer of those. The reason that this rule kind of works is because it allows your partner possibly to find a suit without going off the 1 level. So if you have some spades and your partner wants to bid something, you may then bid your spades without going out of the 1 level. It just, because the spades are the boss suit. So that's why this rule works. And you just have to kind of remember this rule. If you don't remember this rule, then just don't strain to open in fourth position, because sometimes it works to your advantage. Sometimes you can get a little part score, but sometimes you go down 1 or 2. And if you kept your mouth shut, you would have had 0 instead of minus 100.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at some examples then. In this situation, what would we open in third position? Bring this up so you can probably see it better. This first one, what will we open in third position?
1 spade.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points, right? Plus 1 for length.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 spade. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Would you open 1 spade with that in first or second position?
Maybe.
Well, do you have the rule of 20?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
9, 10, 11, plus the 2 longest, which is 5 plus 3. That's only 19.
No, yeah.
So I really usually don't. If I have 12 points, I open usually. But if I don't have an ace in my hand or I don't meet the rule of 20, I don't open. So I would not open that hand in first or second position. But I would open it in third position. And would I open it in fourth position?
Yes.
Yeah. Now we've got 11 points plus the 6 or 5 spades that we have. So either way, open that 1 spade in third or fourth position. How about the next one?
Pass.
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 Pass in third position?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we don't have a good 5-card suit, do we? Right, and we don't have an opening hand. If we have an opening hand, we can do it, but we don't. So, okay, so we're going to pass that. What about in fourth position?
We would say 1 spade
Why?
Or
because the number of high card points plus the spades
Right.
equal.
Yeah.
Right, the rule of
15.
15 lets us open that hand in fourth position.
really?
Yes, because here we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points plus 4 spades. It's 15 points.
I thought you had to have a 5-card suit even then.
No.
I didn't think you could
Well,
do that.
no, okay, we would open the hand in fourth position. What would we open the hand in fourth position?
A diamond.
Yes. We still are gonna, if we open, we're still gonna be promising 5 in the suit. So we will open, but we'll open a club. We've got 3 diamonds and 3 clubs
or
and 3,
a
3,
club.
we open clubs.
Mhm.
So you'd
Yeah.
open clubs on 2.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, let's look at number 3. Here we've got 10 high card points.
Pass.
I'd pass.
Everybody's passing here?
I would
Yes.
pass.
Yeah, we don't have anything to bid. We don't have enough points to open, so yeah. In third position, what about in fourth position?
Pass.
I'd pass again.
Pass.
Same thing. Yeah, we're just gonna pass that here. All right. Let's look at number 4.
2 hearts.
2 hearts.
Okay, here we have 10 high card points.
Yeah.
And 2 for length. So
2
what would you
hearts.
open this in first or second position?
2 hearts.
1 heart.
Or, oh, I'd open it with 2.
9, 10. You've got 12.
You said in what, in first position, Sally?
In first or second position, yeah.
1 heart.
I think you can open with 2 hearts.
Cards.
Weak.
Yeah, you can take two ways of looking at this. I would probably open at 1 heart, but 2 hearts is not wrong. That's fine.
Yeah,
Very
correct.
strong
But
2 hearts.
6. Correct?
Huh? Well,
The 2 hearts is also because you have 6, correct?
yes, you have 6.
Yeah.
So you could tell your partner you have 6 and not extra points. Well, a nice description of the hand is a 2 heart bid.
Hmm.
And you really don't have anything else where you might play. So that's another reason that the 2 heart bid might be better. So in third position, you would definitely open at 2 hearts. What about in fourth position?
1 heart.
1 heart, yes. Because here, if we would bid at 2 in the third position, we're going to open it at the 1 level. In the fourth position, we're not going to preempt. We're not going to start at a higher level.
But on 4th position in this situation, you don't meet the rule of 15.
That's okay. You don't have to meet the rule of 15. The rule of 15 is there if there's no other way for you to open and you're not sure if you should open.
Okay. But because you're so close here.
Yeah, here you have what is a legitimate 2 heart bid. We just don't open at 2 hearts in fourth position, so we
Yeah.
take 1 heart.
Okay.
If we weren't sure what we should do, that's when we go to rule of 15.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at this next one.
13, 14.
1 heart.
1 heart. In first position, in second position, in third
One.
position, and in fourth position, right?
Yeah.
No matter.
Yeah,
That is a 1 heart opening bid.
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
All right, let's look at this one. Here we have 11, 12, 13, 14 high card points.
1 diamond.
1 diamond, yet.
1 diamond in what position?
3rd and
3rd
4th.
and 4th. 3rd and 4th. I would.
Okay, third and fourth position. If you have an opening hand, you open it. You don't
Mhm.
worry about the fact that you don't have the 5 cards suit that you usually want to have in third position. You don't worry about the fact you don't meet the rule of 15. Actually, you do here, but that you don't even count the rule of 15. If you have an opening hand, you just open it the way you would normally, even in third or fourth position. It's when you're short, when you're not sure, that then you take these other things into consideration. Okay, here we've got 10 high card points. What would we do in third position?
Well, you're
1
very strong
heart.
with the ace, king, queen, jack, so you'd open 1 heart.
1 heart.
Yes, you could open 1 heart here. I might not, but according to the rules, you could. Because that is, top 4 is pretty darn good. That's as good as having 5 crummy ones. It's definitely better than. What about in fourth position? Would you open that?
No, pass.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Number 8.
So Sally, on number 7,
Yes,
so if your partner says 2 hearts, I mean, you've got, that you could have 7 trump.
yeah, you could.
So just rots a ruck, huh?
Well, let's think about this. If your partner has just 3, you still have the ace, king, queen, jack. As long as they have 3 and there's 6 out against you, the odds are that you can draw them in. They should not be split worse than 4-2.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the odds. They might be
Okay.
split 5-1 or 6-0, but you know,
Yeah.
so you still should be okay. It's not ideal,
Right.
you know, and that's actually why I don't like opening that even with the top 4. But that's the official rule, is that you can do that if you have the top 4. Okay, number 8.
2 hearts.
1 heart in 3rd position.
Okay. 2
Right.
hearts in 3rd position,
Third.
1 heart in 4th position. What would we open this in 1st or 2nd position?
Probably 1
Well-
heart, even though you're weak.
What? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd pass.
Yes,
11,
that
11.
suit is not good enough to open 2.
No. Mm-mm.
And it's
because
not good
remember-
enough to open 1. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
It's
you don't have
not
the points to open 1.
Yeah,
You're short
okay.
of an opening hand. And in 1st or 2nd position, that suit is not good enough to open 2 hearts.
Yeah,
Because it's 2 of the top 3 or 3 of the top 5 in 1st or 2nd position. Your partner needs to be able to rely on you for that. So don't,
but as a preempt, you're saying in 1st or 2nd position, it should be 2 of the top 3.
yes, you need to be reliable
Okay,
about opening in 1st or 2nd position with a preemptive bid. It needs to be a good suit.
okay.
Yeah, well, what would you bid in the 3rd position? I put 1 heart.
2 hearts,
Ah,
2 hearts.
2
You
hearts.
do,
In
you
3rd
do 2
position.
hearts.
you don't
Okay.
preempt, you just pass here.
In 4th position,
Or you
You don't
pass.
preempt.
don't preempt. In 3rd position, I do preempt even with
Okay.
not a good suit.
Okay. Good. All right.
And in 4th position here, I would not
Bad.
preempt here. I would though open 1 heart because we don't preempt in 4th position.
Even with, okay.
And
But
see,
even though you don't mean the 15,
no, remember, we only use the rule of 15 if we don't have another reason to open and we're not sure if we should open. Here, we've got what would be a 2 opening bid in 3rd position, so we can
Okay.
open it in the 4th position using 1.
okay,
Okay. Good.
okay. So even though you're that weak, 3 and 4, 7, 2 is 9. You're weak with 9 points, but because you have 6, so
You have 11 points.
ideally would qualify for a 2 heart in 3rd position, but in 4th position with that hand, you would open 1 heart.
You could open 1 heart.
Okay,
You could also pass.
okay,
Yeah.
You know, if you were vulnerable and they weren't, I probably would pass. If they
Okay.
were vulnerable and I weren't, I definitely would bid 1 heart.
okay.
And if it were even, it would depend on how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, questions on that? It does really this is sort of a real new and different change from beginner bridge people, is that you
Yep.
should now be considering the position of where you are in the auction, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, because it does make a difference. So you guys should, really start be thinking about these and really working on these, because this is part of bridge.
Sally, you said that you would send out the answers to these
The
2
Toby
sheets.
no Trump, yeah, I'm gonna do that on, because we didn't go over this
Okay.
last week, so we are gonna go over it first thing
Mhm.
this coming week.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do Trump. Jacoby two no trump.
Oh, Jacoby.
Okay. Jacoby two no trump is something that you guys should be playing now. You should be picking it up. So this is something important for you to learn. I'd really recommend that you and whoever you play with think about using this. It's very valuable, and it is now really part of standard bridge. It is included as part of the standard on the standard American yellow card, you know, the yellow convention card. If you look at that, you'll see that it's listed on there as being the common response for an opening of one of a major. So this is what yes.
If it's standard, then I see on the sheet that we got in class, but it is alertable. Why do
It
you
is
have
alert. Yes,
So we have to say alert if we use that?
you do.
Okay.
I'll tell
Okay.
you how that works, okay?
And it's your partner who says alert.
Yes, you always alert your partner's bids. You never alert your own bid. When you're playing on BBO, you alert your own bid because when you write it down on the little thing on BBO, your partner can't see that. So you can alert your own bid. But in regular face-to-face bridge, the partner always has to alert the partner's bid, your
So
bid.
could you give us an example of that? So, I mean, like how it goes as to what point, like, okay, one heart.
Yeah, in this case,
two no
Jacoby two no
trump.
trump is a response of two no trump over one heart or one spade means an opening hand and 4-card support. So if the bidding goes one heart, pass, two no trump, my partner says alert.
The person
a
who says
penalty?
do no trump alert.
That's right.
Is there a
No.
penalty for not doing that?
Is there what? A penalty for not doing it?
For
What happens
forgetting?
is if you forget to alert, or if you alert incorrectly, which happens, then nothing is said at the time. If you know you didn't alert correctly and you wind up with the contract, then you have to tell the opponents there was a failure to alert or an incorrect explanation, whichever is the case, before the first card is led.
Okay.
If you wind up on defense, and you know, you can do that because your partner is dummy, so your partner can't use the information you're giving them. But if you wind up on defense and your partner made a mistake, either didn't alert or alerted incorrectly, then you have to wait till the entire hand is played.
Okay.
And what happens is if that mistake is made, there's a failure to alert or an incorrect alert, then you need to call the director over to the table because the director needs to decide whether if you had had that information, you would have legitimately made some other bid. In other words, you need to be hurt by the fact that you didn't know what that bid meant.
Okay, thank you.
So seriously, I open one heart, opposition passes, and Ken says two no trump. He then must say
No.
alert.
No, you say
You
alert.
say alert. Ken
Oh, I
cannot
say
alert his
alert.
own bid. Ken's bid is the one that is conventional. It does not mean what it seems to mean. Two no trump means opening hand and support for hearts. That's not what two no trump would naturally mean. So if it is a non-natural meaning of a bid, it has to be alerted by the partner. Okay, so that's what Jacoby two no trump is, named after Mr. Jacoby. And that is a game forcing raise, one heart, two no trump, or one spade, two no trump. That two no trump means I have 4-card support, not 3, 4-card support, and an opening hand. So that means we are going to go to game. We are not going to stop. Both of us are going to keep bidding until we get to game. We are going to at least bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. That those first 2 bids, we agree to that. And the nice thing about that is now you don't have to worry about partners stopping before you get to game, but you can still explore the hand. The real reason that we do Jacoby 2 no trump is to help us find what's called short point slams, short point slams. And that's where ordinarily, if we have 33 or 34 points, we can bid slam.
So
But
confused.
sometimes we can bid slam with 29, 30 points. And the Jacoby 2 no trump, by letting us set ourselves in a game forcing bid early, lets us explore to see if we might have a slam.
Sally, I'm sorry, I'm still confused. So I say 1 heart
Mhm.
and Ken says 2, and the opposition passes. Ken says 2 no trump, and then I say alert or
That's
what?
right. You say alert
Oh,
as
okay.
soon as he says
Got
2
it.
no
I'm
trump.
sorry. I'm just a little slow on this.
That's okay. No, you say it. As soon as he bids 2 no trump, you pick up the little alert card, wave it a little bit and say alert.
Okay.
All you have to do, you put the card back, you be quiet, bidding goes on. If they want to know what that bid means, the next person, you can only ask in your turn what the bid means. So once Ken says 2 no trump, the next person can say, oh, what does that bid mean? Once you've alerted it. Even
Okay.
if you haven't alerted, they can say, what does that bid mean? But you must alert it if it's a conventional meeting.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. So let's skip down and talk about the responses to this, because this part of it's real easy. A lot of people play 1 heart or 1 spade, 2 no trump means an opening hand, and but they forget that there's more to it than that, because there's other bids and you need to know those other bids. So the important ones are the opener's second bid. So if it's gone 1 heart, 2 no trump, now back to the opening bidder. The opening bidder's second bid, they started with 1 heart or 1 spade, 2 no trump. Now their second bid, they have special requirements for what they bid next. If they are short in a suit, that is, they have a singleton or a void in the suit, they bid that suit at the 3 level. So 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 diamonds would show a singleton or a void in diamonds. Okay. So shortness, you're required to show that suit at the 3 level. If you have length, that is, you have another 5-card suit in addition to the heart bid that you made, another 5-card suit, you bid that at the 4 level. So it would be 1 heart, 2 no trump, 4 diamonds. 4 diamonds means I've got 5 diamonds and 5 hearts. If I have 5 diamonds and 5 hearts, what must I also have?
Probably something short.
Shortness.
Shortness.
So I have at least a singleton or a void, because there's only 3 other cards out. And they can be either split 3-0, 1-2, 2-1. In any of those cases, I have a singleton or a void, right? So because of that, if you do have a long suit, you do the long suit at the 4 level instead of the short suit at the 3 level. Because saying the long suit also says shortness, it just doesn't say where the shortness is.
How many points? Now I see rebid of the major suit is
Yeah.
17
Hang on, because
plus.
we're not there yet. So now
right.
I'm talking about only if you have shortness or you have length. If you have
Right.
shortness or you have length, you make one of those bids, either the shortness at the 3 level or the length at the 4 level. Okay, regardless of points. Okay, so shortness, length, you show at the appropriate level. Now, if you don't have shortness or length, that's when you go to these other things. So if you just have a regular hand, no singleton or void, no other 5-card suit, then you raise, you will rebid your suit at the 3 level if you have an extra strong hand. So like with 16, 17 or more points, you will say 3 of the major. So 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 hearts. That 3 hearts shows extra strength. That's a strong bid. If you don't have anything extra, you don't have shortness, you don't have length, you don't have extra points, the bidding will go 1 heart, 2 no trump, 4 hearts. So that's with a minimum opening hand of 1 heart, no length, no shortness, no extra points. You just jump to game next. You have nothing else to describe under this scenario.
So the shortness is expressed by bidding a different suit, and the okay hand in my own suit is in 3 hearts then.
No, the extra length, the extra strength is the 3 heart bid. Because that still gives you room to explore slam. If you're not interested in exploring slam because you have a minimum hand, you tell partner that right away just by going to 4. But if you bid 3, that's stronger. That shows extra strength because it gives you space. That's why you do it. If you have a minimum hand, you don't need the space.
Thank you.
Okay, now there's one other bid that can be made, and that is 3 no trump. It could go 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. 3 no trump is like 14 or 15 points, 13 even points, and a balanced hand. If you had a balanced hand of 15 to 17 points, even with 5 hearts, you would open 1 no trump, right? We open 1 no trump even with 5 cards in a suit. But if you had the balanced hand and just didn't have enough to open at the 1 no trump, you can kind of show that hand now by bidding 3 no trump next. That again shows no shortness, no extra length, no extra strength, 3 no trump. Your partner could just pass and let you play 3 no trump, which, you know, in duplicate terms is worth 10 more points. So that's why that bid exists. If you don't remember that bid, that's not a big deal because, you know, if you just would just jump to 4 of the major if you forget that bid. But the others are important. To show a new suit at the 3 level shows shortness. A new suit at the 4 level shows length. If you don't have shortness or length, rebidding your suit at the 3 level shows extra strength. Rebidding your suit at the 4 level says, partner, I got nothing to tell you at extra. Okay. So it's important you remember those bids. I see a lot of people that forget that second bid by opener conveys a lot of information. That's really the whole reason we do this Jacoby 2 no trump, is because it lets the responder, the 2 no trump person, evaluate their hand based on what you're telling them. So if you tell them you have shortness in a suit and they have 3 little cards in that suit, they like it because now I don't have to worry about the 3 losers in my hand. We don't, if partner tells me that he is short in diamonds and I've got 3 little diamonds, I don't have to worry about the entire diamond suit. Now, rather than there being 40 points in the deck, there's only 30 points in the deck. Do you see that? I don't have to worry about the ace, king, queen, jack of diamonds. Do have to worry about it a little bit because I do have to worry if they have the ace of diamonds. But even so, that's 34 points. So now I no longer need 33 points to have a slam. Now I just need to make sure that we have the correct number of aces. If I've decided that that is valuable, that my partner has shortness. If my partner has length, I know they have shortness. So in another suit, I know I'm going to be able to get rid of some losers. And if my partner has length in a suit and I've got some losing cards in that suit, I'm good with that because that means that put together, we probably don't have losings. If we have two good running suits, that's very valuable. So these are ways you evaluate your hand when you're using this system, okay? Now, after that has happened, the one of a major, two no trump, whatever the next person bids, no matter if they're showing shortness, length, strength, whatever, if they bid anything other than four of the major, then the next bids are control bids. Every bid after that, until you get to game, it shows that you have an ace in that suit. So one heart, two no trump, three diamonds, three spades shows that I have the ace of spades. Four clubs says they have the ace of clubs. Every bid after those initial three bids of the opening, the two no trump, and the next bid, every bid after that shows the ace of the suit until you get to game or until somebody bids for no trump asking for aces or until somebody bids a slam.
6, yeah.
So let's look real quick. I know we're out of time here, so anybody can drop off if they're sick of listening at this point.
So Sally,
You will see the recording, huh?
even though you have shown that you have shortness in the diamond suit, the next bid by your partner, he shows the diamond control at that point.
If he has the diamond
If
control,
he has it.
if he has it.
So then he goes up the line to show his different controls.
Each of you go up the line. Wherever you are after the last bid, you bid the next higher control.
So
Okay?
then when do you indicate the club? Say he says three diamonds indicating his shortness. Does skipping the club indicate that he doesn't have clubs controlled?
Well, no, if it's gone one heart, two no trump, three diamonds, that shows shortness. The next bid by me is my lowest ace.
Oh,
So
your
if I bid
5
for
clubs.
clubs next, that shows I
Seven,
do
eight.
not have the ace of hearts and I do not have the ace of spades.
Because you're going down.
I'm going up the line and finding my next, in the next bid I can make, the lowest ace I have.
So when do you indicate? So, okay, it says
Well,
three
let's look
diamonds.
at this example, Debbie, okay? Because
Okay,
we've got
okay.
it in this example, okay?
Okay,
Let's
thank
look
you.
at that real quick. So in this, here's the opener's hand, and they've got 7, 11, 12, 13 points. So they open one spade. Now look at the responder's hand here. Responder has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4 is 12, 13, 14 high card points. And
And
they've
4
got
spades.
and 4 spades. So they are going to bid 2 no trump. 2 no trump. That says, okay, we've got a game in spades, but let's talk more. So they bid 2 no trump. And the opener says alert first. So it's going to go 1 spade, 2 no trump, alert. Then it comes back to the opener. What is the opener going to bid?
3 diamonds.
3 diamonds,
3
yes.
diamonds. They show either shortness or length if they have it. And here they have only shortness, not length. So they show 3 diamonds. That means I have a singleton diamond. So the next bid by responder is to show the lowest ace that they can show. They only have 1 ace. What is that ace?
Diamonds.
Ace of diamonds. So they
4
are going to
diamonds.
bid 4 diamonds because this person bid 3 diamonds. They are going to say 4 diamonds. Now, who now knows where all the aces are. After responder bids 4 diamonds,
The opener.
the opener. The opener.
Yeah, because he doesn't, the responder doesn't have
He
clubs
didn't-
and the
Right.
opener does.
What the opener knows is clubs are wide open.
Mhm.
Clubs are wide open. Now, this example shows the opener then bidding 4 hearts to show the ace of hearts, and the responder just closing out at 4 spades. But actually, the opener knows before the responder does that clubs are a problem. If responder had had the ace of clubs, they would have bid 4 clubs instead of 4 diamonds. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Passed over
Mhm.
clubs to bid 4
Okay.
diamonds.
Okay.
Technically, this opener could bid just 4 spades.
Four
Right.
spades.
Right. So
Right.
the bidding over here, it shows how the bidding went. 1 spade, 2 no trump, 3 diamonds, 4 diamonds. Then it shows opener bidding 4 hearts, but opener there really could just bid 4 spades because we know
Right,
clubs are a
right.
lost cause.
Right.
Okay. But it doesn't hurt to bid the 4 hearts and then let responder decide, because responder is going to know the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they are just going to pass out. There is no slam potential. But see how we figured out we don't have clubs stopped. We don't
Mhm.
have clubs stopped. If you had just bid 4 no trump, if you got to this point, 1 spade, 2 no trump, 3 diamonds, and you go, oh boy, this is good. My partner is short in diamonds. I'm just going to find out how many aces they have, because we are probably close to a slam, because I like the fact I've got 3 losing diamonds. And so I can, I don't have to worry about those anymore. I can have a short suit, a short point slam, right? Because I've got 3 losing diamonds. So if they just said, all right, instead of doing the control bidding, just saying, okay, I'm just going to find out how many aces they have. I'm going to bid 4 no trump. I find out they have 2 aces, and I bid 6 spades. Right? Which
Yeah.
would all be
They're all
reasonable. You could lose 3 clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right off the bat.
So that's the value of putting all this together. All the things, not only finding out about shortness and length, but then using those control bids. Because if you don't do the control bidding, that's always been the problem with asking for aces. If you don't know enough about the hand and you just ask for aces and find out the raw number of aces that you have, that's no guarantee that you can make a slam if you're just missing 1 ace, because you could be missing the ace and the king and the queen of the suit. 1 suit.
Sally,
Mhm.
is there some way, say, for example, the responder had a void in clubs? Is there any way that could be expressed?
Well, if the responder had a void in clubs, then, and it depends on your partnership agreement, most people would treat that as an ace, but sometimes, because there are other ways to show voids at a higher level in the responses to the 4 no trump bid, you don't do that. So, but if responder, for instance, was void in clubs,
Mhm.
and they didn't bid the club bid, but they did bid the ace of diamonds, they know that they don't need to worry about the ace of clubs. So they could go ahead and bid 4 no trump and they would be good. If they know that, whoever knows that the suit is stopped or not stopped, that's the person that makes the bid.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is more kind of, as you can see, requires a little bit more analysis than just regular beginning bridge, which is already got to do enough analysis. But this requires a little bit more analysis because you have to figure out, does this help me or hurt me? And what suits do we have? And if it helps me, so I'm interested in SLAM, what suits do we have stopped, and do we have all of them stopped, controlled?
Shouldn't do that.
So Wednesday, we are going to go over the examples.
Oh, great.
And
Thank
talk
you.
about those. 'Cause
Okay,
I think
great.
that's going to help a lot. And then we'll go on
Okay.
to the rest of the stuff that we're going to finish on next Wednesday. So, all right,
Sally,
guys.
thank you for taking the time to do this. It's
Sure.
wonderful.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it
Thank
is.
you.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
We'll
It
see you guys
is.
on Wednesday.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.